Welcome to Paraty, a picturesque colonial town located in Rio de Janeiro state, Brazil. Join me for a 3-day trip in this must-visit destination. On the first day, I went for a walk around the city center, exploring its historical cobblestone streets surrounded by colonial buildings. And I showed the best place to stay in Paraty, a beautiful colonial house turned into a hotel that has the best view of the Bay of Paraty, and some adorable visitors during breakfast time. On the second day, I went on a boat tour to nearby paradisiacal beaches with crystalline waters. On my third and final day, I went on a jeep tour to visit Cachaça distilleries for some delicious cachaça tasting. I also got to swim in beautiful waterfalls and even surf and slide down on one of them. My first day began with check-in at Pousada do Cais, a breathtaking colonial house from the 1800s that has been beautifully restored into a charming hotel. Nestled in the heart of Paraty's historic center, it boasts one of the most privileged locations in the area. I opted for the finest suite, featuring a private balcony with a stunning view of the bay, where the beauty of the water meets the charm of Paraty's timeless architecture. The room costed me 617 reais a night, which is around $108. It is equipped with a frigobar, a queen-sized comfortable bed, a big TV, a small table and a desk, and a private bathroom that includes shampoos, soaps, and towels. Staying there felt like stepping back in time, as if I were a princess from Brazil's colonial era, gazing out over the bay from my romantic balcony, waiting for my prince to arrive. The atmosphere, steeped in history and elegance, made every moment feel like a scene from a bygone love story. One of the workers told me that this place used to be a slave house, and this hole with the cauldron was the place where they were fed. After slavery abolishment, it was acquired and refurbished by a wealthy family, who after a few generations sold this place to the current owners, who turned this place into a hotel. This is a beautiful backyard with a breakfast area. Breakfast is included with the stay.
Welcome to Paraty, this beautiful colonial town located in Brazil, only 4 hours away from Rio de Janeiro city. This place was founded in 1667 and it still maintains its original facade, making it a UNESCO protected site. We've come here on a 3-day journey so we can check out everything that is there to do in this wonderful place. On the first day, you will join us to check out the historical center of the city, where we will wander around cobblestone streets, check out beautiful houses, and we will also see what is there to do, where to eat, and where to drink. On the second day, we will check out its surroundings, its luscious nature, and paradisiacal beaches. And on the third day, we're planning to go on an adventure tour. Join us today on this beautiful adventure.
The first thing I saw walking out of the hotel was these typical colorful boats. It's possible to negotiate with the owners to do a tour around the area. Next, I walked through cobblestone streets with some difficulty due to their irregular height, toward the exact spot where the city was founded. And of course, I could not stop for pictures.
We are now in Praça da Matriz, the heart of the historical center of the city. Paraty stood out as a very important port for gold and precious stones exportation to Portugal. It was produced in ministerial estate, taken through the Golden Route, and then taken through here to Portugal. Right behind me, you can appreciate Igreja da Nossa Senhora dos Remédios. This beautiful old church was built in the 18th century, but it was only finished 80 years later. Why so? There's a popular belief that says that every time the workers tried to finish its towers, misfortune would strike. So this is why it took them almost 100 years to finish this place. There is also a saying that says that there is some hidden tunnels underneath it that were used to smuggle gold, smuggle people, and even for secret meetings of the masons that ruled the city.
As a horse-drawn carriage passed by, I could vividly imagine how this place looked in the past, almost unchanged from its present-day charm, as if time had stood still. It was possible to see some seawater on the streets, because the city was intentionally designed to flood during high tides. When the tide is high enough, it's possible for boats to enter the city, giving this place the nickname of Brazilian Venice. I turned right and entered historical Rua da Lapa, a mysterious street once adorned with Freemasonry symbols, now concealed beneath fresh layers of paint. Halfway down, I came across a violinist performing in front of a shop, his music weaving through the air. Intrigued, I decided to stop and interview him.
Então, eu estou aqui com um maravilhoso músico dessa cidade. Qual que é o seu nome?
Oi, eu sou Joab Moura, eu sou artista plástico, músico, sou pernambucano e moro aqui em Paraty há 9 anos.
9 anos? Deve ter muita história para contar dessa cidade. Me conta aqui, eu ouvi que essa cidade foi construída pela maçonaria. O que você tem para falar disso?
A cidade ela tem uma história muito forte com a maçonaria. Eles vieram para cá e construíram, junto com os povos originários daqui e eles construíram essa cidade. A arquitetura da maçonaria é uma arquitetura bem boa, bem legal, assim. A engenharia é bem fantástica, porque é uma cidade antiga, tem mais de 300 anos. E quando ela tem chuva, quando tem o aumento da maré, a água não entra nas casas. Mas isso aqui tudinho vira um rio todinho. Até barco entra aqui. O barco vai até lá fora e volta. E as águas não entram. É muito legal esse trabalho que eles fizeram aqui. Além da cultura, da riqueza que também veio junto com a maçonaria. Tem os seus benefícios, né?
Claro, essa cidade é muito interessante. Obrigada por compartilhar seu conhecimento com a gente. E eu queria perguntar a você se tiver alguma rede social para compartilhar.
Eu sou artista plástico, então eu tenho um ateliê aqui na cidade. E meu ateliê é Loja Caminho das Artes, Paraty. E meu Instagram é Joab_Moura Oficial.
Tá bom, muito obrigada aqui.
Through music and storytelling, local voices like Joab's keep these histories alive. Stepping into Joab's art stores feels like crossing into another dimension. The walls burst with color, vivid fabrics draped alongside hand-painted souvenirs, each piece telling a story of myths and mysteries. There's an energy in the air, a mix of curiosity and the unknown, as if the spirits of the sea and the secretive symbols of the past whisper through the art. Walking down the street, I entered to another store that caught my eye. They had some very unique clothing pieces and jewelry.
Paraty has so many beautiful corners like this one. Check out these flowers and these plants surrounding these beautiful old houses. They're so well maintained, it seems I'm back in the 18th century. It's so beautiful. Now we're starting to get hungry, so join us for some lunch.
I went walking down the street looking for an authentic place, and this restaurant right here definitely caught my eye. It also has very affordable prices.
After working for a while, we found this great place called Cuisine. I ordered here something typical from here, which is some fried bananas, some beef meat with some sauce, rice, and fried eggs, which looks great. And I also had some typical Brazilian drink, which is mate da caça.
I took a bite of my picadinho, and as I savored it, I felt the explosions of authentic flavors I was looking for. I paid 188 reais or $33 for a meal for two and 2 drinks. After late lunch, I sauntered around the streets. My sweet tooth started to act up, so I had to get a dessert. And luckily, I ran into a doceiro, a typical street vendor from Paraty that sells desserts. I chose the chocolate cake. I bought it for 12 reais or $2. It was absolutely delicious. As I rambled around, I could see many artists and artisans, many of them with indigenous heritage. Prior to Portuguese conquistador arrival, this was a Guarani indigenous area. Nowadays, they are still part of Paraty society. and it's possible to take souvenirs made by them home. I felt like I was needing a drink, so I found a cachaça store.
After some late lunch, we're going now for cachaça tasting. For who doesn't know, cachaça is a typical drink from Brazil which is made from sugar cane. And in this place, as you can see, there's many flavors available that are typical from Paraty. Paraty is a very famous place for its cachaça. So now join us for this tasting.
There is numerous cachaça stores around town, and I believe I found the biggest one. There is almost every flavor you can imagine, and a diverse selection of tapenades, pasties, and sweets. I went directly to the cachaça tasting, where I could choose 3 different flavors for around $4.
It's pineapple and coconut, so let's go. It's really good. Really sweet. It's for people that doesn't like alcohol too much, like me. Obrigada. This one is from green corn, so this one should be the most special. Wow. Wow. Obrigada. This one is cocoa, so it should be the sweetest. Let's go. Oh, it's very strong, but you can really feel the cocoa. It's so good. It's like hot chocolate, but with some alcohol, so it's very good. They have this really cool souvenir here. This little guy here is drinking cachaça, right? This is a bottle of cachaça, but when I try to give him some milk, look what happens. He just doesn't want. Last, we ordered this typical drink, which is Jorge Amado. This was made from Gabriela Cachaça, maracujá, and lemon. Gabriela Cachaça is made of cloves and cinnamon, so it's a very special drink. Let's try it out. Wow, so much more than just cachaça in this store. So flowers, seasonings, even beer, more candies, and some salty pasties. Like these ones are made of fish and pepper. So there's so many things to try out here.
The cachaça started acting up on my body, so I started to get sleepy and tired. Then it was time for me to go back to my hotel. My heart was fulfilled with joy after seeing so much beauty in this town. On the next episode, I will go on a boat tour showing the most paradisiac beaches in Paraty. So make sure to stay tuned and subscribe for more videos. See you next time!